Thank you. I'm the ranking member of the Budget Committee, and we're having a hearing that begins right now, so I appreciate Senator Murkowski. There'll be something in the budget for Alaska. All right, we got a lot of problems in this world, Mr. Secretary. One of the problems I worry about is a nuclear arms race in the Mideast. Do you worry about that?
Yes.
Good answer, honest answer. Are you familiar with the fact that the United Arab Emirates has a nuclear program, but they do not enrich when it comes to their fuel supply?
Yes.
Okay, it's called the 123 Agreement. It's called the gold standard. Do you support nonproliferation when it comes to nuclear programs?
I do.
Okay. Do you expect the Arabs to continue the policy of not enriching if we allow the Iranians to enrich?
I think if we allow the Iranians to get a nuclear weapon or to be on the threshold.
That's not my question. My question is, I've talked to the Arabs very recently. Whatever you give the Iranians in terms of enrichment, do you expect the Arabs to want the same capability?
The challenge, Senators, we both know when it comes to Iran is they have the knowledge and the practice of enriching. So it's hard to compare.
But my question is, there's a better way here. What if everybody in the Mideast, the Arabs and the Iranians, could have nuclear power from an international fuel bank and nobody needed to enrich? Does that sound like a good idea?
It does, and actually I read the very thoughtful piece that you wrote recently on that, and let me just say this. I think it's a very compelling idea. Here's the challenge. We actually thought of something similar back when the JCPOA, and actually its predecessor, the interim agreement, was being negotiated. It's something that we put forward to Iran.
And the Iranians said no.
And they said no.
Well, you know, are we going to let the Iranians say no to an idea that would prevent a nuclear arms race? They say they want nuclear power for peaceful purposes. There's a way for them to have that. The UAE wants a nuclear power program. They're not insisting on enrichment because they don't want a bomb. So here's what I would suggest. Please study this idea hard and maybe not take no for an answer, because I promise you, if you allow the Iranians to go back into the deal with a robust enrichment program, any enrichment program, the Arabs are not going to sit on the sidelines and watch their mortal enemy have a capability they are lacking, and we can prevent this if the world would unite around the idea of nuclear power, yes, nuclear weapons, no. So I appreciate you will entertain that. Immigration. In December of 2020, we were at a 45-year low in terms of illegal crossings into the United States at our southern border. Now we're at an all-time high. What happened?
Two things. First, I do want, when it comes to migration issues in terms of what is being done in the United States, I will defer to my colleagues at DHS, HHS, and the other concerned agencies. But what has happened, and what has certainly happened, we've seen in the past, and it's happening now, is we know what the drivers of irregular migration.
We have a very short period of time. Yeah. My question was pretty simple. If it was at an all-time low in December of last year, and it's at an all-time high now, something happened. Here's my belief. You changed policies that were working. It's no worse or no better than it was in Central America now versus December. What's happened, you've changed policies to go back to catch and release, no longer remain in Mexico waiting for asylum hearings, and people are taking advantage of that along with the unaccompanied minor policies you've instituted. Do you not see that as a pull factor?
I believe, Senator, that we can and must secure our borders.
But my question is, do you not understand that your policy changes has led to the floodgates being opened? If you don't understand that, then all this money you're requesting for Central America makes no sense. I'm willing to invest in Central America to make life better, but the pull factors are so strong now because of policy changes you initiated that we'll never have enough money available to save Central America unless we go back to the policies that worked in the past. Do you not understand that?
To your point, and I think it's the point you made earlier, we need to have a rational, humane, and secure immigration system.
Is it rational to let people come to our country, claim asylum, release them, and expect them 5 years later to show up for a hearing? That's not rational. They're not doing it. They're not doing it by the thousands, and they will never do it. I don't blame them, I blame us. So I would ask you, in my closing moments here, to consider the pull factors as a root cause of this surging illegal immigration, not just the status of Central America. Finally, you have pledged to get to the bottom of where the coronavirus originated. Is that correct?
That is.
And is it possible it may have come from a lab leak?
It is.
Okay. Will you provide this committee your plan to find out whether or not that happened? And my question is simple. If China doesn't cooperate with us in finding out the root causes of the coronavirus leak, what should we do?
There needs to be accountability for what happened, and there needs to be accountability for the failure to cooperate, including making information available, having transparency,
Perfect.
access for experts.
So I have sanctions that would be available to you if they fail to cooperate. Would you support those sanctions?
Senator Graham,
We'll certainly take a look.